All right, I'm going to do a couple more problems out of section 5.3. We're dividing polynomials. I'm going to try to take 9y cubed minus 6y squared plus 8. And I'm going to try to divide this by the binomial 3y minus 3. All right, so I'm going to set this up. My divisor is a 3y minus 3. Now, my dividend's got a third degree term and a second degree term, but it's missing a first degree term in between the second degree term and a 0th degree term. Because of that, I'm going to have to insert what's called a placeholder in the form of 0y. Notice that both my divisor and dividend are written in descending order. Okay, so here we go. We're ready to begin. Round one of division. 3y divides into 9y cubed. How many times? Take 9y cubed, place it over 3y and reduce. This reduces down to 3y squared. So 3y squared becomes the first term in your quotient. 3y squared now gets multiplied by the divisor. 3y squared times 3y is 9y cubed. And 3y squared times negative 3 is minus 9y squared. So the 9y cubed goes here. The minus 9y squared goes here. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 9y cubed minus itself is 0. Negative 6y squared subtract a negative 9y squared. Negative 6 subtract a negative 9 is negative 6 plus 9, which is going to be 3. That's 3y squared. Bring down the 0y as we set ourselves up for round two of division. We ask ourselves, how many times does 3y divide into 3y squared? Take 3y squared, place it over 3y and reduce. This reduces down to y. So plus y is the next term in our quotient. Y now, in turn, is going to get multiplied by the divisor. Y times 3y is 3y squared. Y times negative 3 is minus 3y. So my 3y squared goes underneath this 3y squared. And the minus 3y slips underneath the 0y. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 3y squared minus itself is 0. 0 subtract a negative 3y. 0 subtract a negative 3 is 0 plus 3. So this is 3y. Bring down to plus 8. Round 3 of division. We ask ourselves, how many times does 3y divide into 3y? No, 3y divides into itself one time. 1 now gets multiplied by the divisor. 1 times 3y is 3y. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 3y minus 3y is 0. 8 subtract a negative 3 is 8 plus 3, which is 11. 11 is our remainder. So we come up into our quotient and say plus and put our remainder 11 over the divisor of 3y minus 3. This is your entire answer. This is your quotient. And we're done with that problem. Next one I'm going to try to do is divide y to the fourth minus 81 by y minus 3. So y minus 3 is my divisor. My dividend is y to the fourth minus 81. Notice we go from a fourth degree term all the way down to a 0th degree term. So we're missing a third degree term, a second degree term, and a first degree term in between these terms. So we're going to have to insert 3 placeholders. 1 for the third degree term, 1 for the second degree term, and 1 for the first degree term. Now we can begin our division. Y divides into y to the fourth how many times? Put y to the fourth over y and reduce. This reduces down to y cubed. So y cubed is the first term in our quotient. Y cubed now gets multiplied by y minus 3. Y cubed times y is y to the fourth. And y cubed times negative 3 is minus 3y cubed. So y to the fourth slides underneath this y to the fourth. Minus 3y cubed slides underneath 0y cubed. Subtract off the whole polynomial. Y to the fourth minus y to the fourth is 0. 0 subtract 0y cubed minus a negative 3y cubed. 0 subtract a negative 3 is 0 plus 3, which is 3. So 3y cubed. Bring down the 0y squared, and now we have round 2 of division. We ask ourselves, how many times does y divide into 3y cubed? Take 3y cubed, place it over the y, and reduce. This reduces down to 3y squared. Plus 3y squared is the next term in our quotient. 3y squared now gets multiplied by the divisor of y minus 3. So 3y squared times y is 3y cubed. 3y squared times negative 3 minus 9y squared. Put the 3y squared underneath this, 3y cubed rather, underneath this 3y cubed. Put the minus 9y squared underneath the 0y squared. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 3y cubed minus itself is 0. 0 subtract negative 9 is 0 plus 9. So 0y squared minus a negative 9y squared is 9y squared. Bring down the 0 y's. We set ourselves up for yet another round of division. Round 3. We ask ourselves, how many times is y divided into 9y squared? Take 9y squared, place it over this y, and reduce. This reduces down to 9y. Next term in our quotient. Take 9y and multiply it by the divisor. 9y times y is 9y squared. 9y times negative 3 is minus 27y. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 9y squared minus itself is 0. 0 subtract a negative 27 is 0 plus 27. So 0y subtract a negative 27y is 27y. Bring down to minus 81. Round 4 of division. How many times is y divided into 27y? Put 27y over y and reduce. That reduces down to 27. Plus 27 is the next term in our divisor. Our quotient, rather. Take 27, multiply it by the divisor. 27 times y, 27y. 27 times negative 3 is minus 81. Subtract off the whole polynomial. 27y minus itself is 0. Negative 81 minus itself is 0. Our remainder is 0. This is our quotient, and we are done. There's your answer.